Hello there. Welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World. If you're going to go vegan, then go big and just be vegan and stop trying to create meat out of humane meat cells because your body wants meat so desperately that you can't go without it. Just eat meat. You can still be nice to animals and eat humanely killed chicken and poultry and turkey and Cornish game hens and whatever the hell else your body really needs. So now the USDA has approved chicken cells that are grown in steel tanks to resemble chicken meat. So it's 100% chicken material. It's just another entire process that people can rationalize and tell themselves they're braver and healthier and better than you because they still very much crave meat and want to indulge it. And I get it. So I want solar panels on the roof of my house so I can have a life that is, contained and has a low carbon footprint so I can not live like a sad, darkened cave dwelling hermit, but so I can leave the lights on and have a little disco dance party to myself at 4 a.m. with all of my utilities blaring because I want to live like a glutton in a solar powered environment. I get that. But the whole chicken thing, that is your body's way of telling you you need to eat meat. And if you're going to be vegan, then I insist that you eat legumes and asparagus and tofu and Soylent Green, because if your body is sending you the signal that your pointy teeth need to rip into meat, then maybe perhaps your plant-based diet isn't doing enough for you. I like the taste of tofu. I love having sauteed tofu and veggies with a delightful miso soy concoction of a sauce that I can pour on top and it bubbles together. And it tastes really good because it tastes like tofu because it is tofu. And I understand that. But then, every once in a while when I'm like, I feel like a carnivorous, barely anatomically modern human and I need to tear a carcass with my teeth and hands. Then I go to Del Frisco's and I get a steak because steak is delicious. But yeah, I don't think that we can have it both ways. I think that if you are going to make a statement and be a moral statement vegan, then you have to stick to it. You have to drink green juice and eat broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables and be happy about it and sit in your little gassy down comforter cavern and, complain about everyone else in the world being gluttons and how you're going to outlive them by depriving yourself. So that's, there really is a moral bifurcation here. People who love consuming meat because they're honest with themselves and we are designed to want to eat meat. And I'm not saying everybody has to. I don't have a problem with veganism. I know a lot of people who are on plant-based diets, a lot of people who for athletic conditioning and for their own physicality and well-being and inflammation, they feel they perform better and they feel better and they sleep better on a plant-based diet. It's interesting because the athletes who do that, they call it a plant-based diet. But the people who do it because they're better than you and you can't have a purebred dog, you have to have a rescue dog. Otherwise, you are an immoral, heartless person who is just supporting puppy farms and animal cruelty. Those are the people who have too many cats. Their house smells like cat piss. And they have to make a statement and talk constantly about their veganism because it's an ism. It's a cult. It is a lifestyle that they adhere to with zeal. And those, I don't have time for people who want to moralize to me about what they eat because somehow they found something that works for them and they need to proselytize and try and convert me. It's the same reason I don't engage with Jehovah's Witnesses in the subway. If you're a Jehovah's Witness, have at it. I think that's great. But, the thrust of it is you also have to convert everybody else. Don't feel that way. I think, this is one of the things that is sort of tearing society apart. It is the need to have other people think, behave, and feel the same way we do because we've stumbled onto something. And a lot of times when you stumble onto something, it's because you've stumbled in life and you are broken. And, maybe you have trauma, maybe you are wounded, and maybe you haven't reconciled or processed that. So you find this external thing and you think that's the thing that has fixed you. So now you want to go around diagnosing everybody else with the same kind of trauma that maybe you went through. And even though you may not have any expertise in that area, then you want to tell people like this thing that I found, whether it's a way of eating or way of living or, climate change dogma, this fills the void within me that has caused me pain for so long that now you must fill your void with this. I am diagnosing you with the void. Therefore, you must fill it either with religion or the way you eat or how you feel about humanity. And you have such a dim view of humanity. And oftentimes, because climate orthodoxy is very similar to religious fanaticism. And I would put veganism into that same camp because oftentimes people who feel better about themselves and feel morally superior sort of adhere to these ways of living because they were so miserable before, they think this is the thing that has saved them. So what I would say is if you're enjoying yourself, then go enjoy yourself. And if I look at you and go, that person looks happy, and I ask you with openness and curiosity, what's making you happy? Then go ahead and share your story. And you can say, this is why this makes me happy. But do not force tank-grown chicken cells down my throat. Because if I'm going to make fried chicken, it's going to be from a bird. And bird, wherever you are, I thank you for your boobies because I need them and I want them, so I bought them. Hooray for cravings and capitalism. This has been Kennedy Saves the World. I'm Kennedy.